Yo, what is good, Jets Nation? Welcome back to Jets Media. This is Richie, and in this video, let's talk about the Jets versus the Atlanta Falcons this Sunday in London at 9:30 in the morning. If you are indeed on the East Coast, like myself, I will be live during this game. So if you guys want to sit back and watch the game with your cup of coffee early in the morning, I will be live throughout the entire game, giving you guys my live play-by-play reaction. But in this video, I want to talk about what we want to see from the New York Jets in order to get the W over the Atlanta Falcons. As we know, we're coming off an impressive victory over the Tennessee Titans. That probably saved our entire season. We are now 1-3, and we're trying to get 2-3 before the bye week. Now, listen. This is a winnable game, but is it guaranteed that we're going to win? Absolutely not. It's not a walk in the park. Jets fans need to understand that just because we just beat the Tennessee Titans and the Atlanta Falcons are struggling as well and they're 1-3, it's not going to be just a guaranteed dub. We have to realize that, and I think Jets fans understand that, but I just want to remind you guys. So before we hop into the video, I just want to mention, if you guys are new to Jets Media, please make sure you smash that subscribe button, and if you want to check me out over on Instagram and Twitter, that is at NYJets_media, and if you enjoyed the video, please do not forget to thumbs it up. With that being said, let's get right in. So I actually think that the Jets match up pretty well against the Atlanta Falcons in terms of matchup. So the Atlanta Falcons, let's start off with them, right? Their defense, they've been struggling for the most part of the entire season. Their offense, run by Arthur Smith, he's an offensive-minded guy. We have the veteran quarterback Matt Ryan. They have playmakers all over him. Calvin Ridley, one of the best route runners in the league. Kyle Pitts, you know, he was one of the most dynamic tight ends in the entire draft last year, and he's still trying to get his rhythm. And then they have Cardell Patterson out of the backfield, who was one of the best pass-catching backs in all of football just in terms of this season so far. So the Jets, I feel like we match up well against them simply because their defense is not that good, and we know what this Jets offense did against the Tennessee Titans defense. That's pretty average. We know that the Jets offense struggled against the Panthers, the Patriots, and the Broncos. All three of those teams have really good defenses, so I feel like the X factor in this game is honestly the Jets offense. Can we really take advantage and really score some points? Because I feel like the Jets right now, we know that the defense is doing their job. The first 4 weeks, absolutely insane. With all the injuries to the Jets defense and Robert Saleh and Jeff Ulbricht's unit, such to, you know, LaMarcus Joyner, Carl Lawson, Vinny Curry, now Marcus Mays out, Jerry Davis, all these guys, doesn't seem to matter. The Jets defense is doing their job. CJ Mosley's leading the pack. The defensive front's getting to the quarterback. The secondary is locking things down. Now it's going to be a big test because the Atlanta Falcons, they have a pretty good offense, and it's not, you know, going to be a walk in the park for the Jets defense. I feel like the biggest issue so far with the Jets defense, if you want to bring up one weakness, definitely defending the screen pass, and that's something that I'm worried about in terms of going up against the Falcons with Cardell Patterson out of the backfield. So let's get into the keys to victory. So what do the Jets need to do in order to really win this game? Let's start with the offensive side of the ball. I want to see this game to be the breakout game for the run game. I feel like we saw the coming out party for Zach Wilson last week. As we know, he just passed under 300 yards, had 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and had explosive play after explosive play. But the offensive line protected Zach Wilson well, but they did not really do well in the run game. So I feel like this could be a good opportunity going up against not that good of a defensive front for the Atlanta Falcons. Establish a run game, give Michael Carter some space, give him the ball, and it all starts up front, because I feel like if you can give Michael Carter some holes to work with and some wiggle room, he's going to really show up on why he was the 4th round pick. I'm really high on Michael Carter still. I know Jets fans are as well. I feel like he's shown a lot of flash. He got his first touchdown of his career last week against the Tennessee Titans. That's great to see. He seems to be the lead back for the New York Jets in the running back room. They're still running back by committee. It's not just Michael Carter getting every single carry. Ty Johnson, Tevin Coleman, they still get their fair share of carries, but it's easy to tell that Michael Carter is definitely the #1 guy in terms of who's getting the most reps. So I really want this to be the game where we can establish a run game, because going into the season, offensively speaking, we all said, like, okay, this is going to be all about setting up the run game. It's going to set up the play action for Zach Wilson. Well, we have not really established a run game. The only game that we really had, you know, was grounding and pounding was against the New England Patriots, and we lost that game. We had 150 yards on the ground. Michael Carter looked great. Ty Johnson was doing his thing, and we ended up losing the game because of Zach Wilson's 4 interceptions, obviously. So I feel like if we can really establish a run game in this game, that will be really beneficial for not only, you know, the offense as a whole, but Zach Wilson. Now, let's get into Zach Wilson, what I want to see from him in particular, because we know that he's explosive in terms of rolling out to the right, rolling out to the left, making plays out of nothing, firing the ball 50 yards down the field. His deep throw accuracy is unbelievable. The talent's there, the zip, everything you like about Zach Wilson in terms of out of the pocket is there. But The one thing I want to see Zach Wilson really improve on is those simple intermediate short passes in the pocket. I feel like that's what's going to really determine if Zach Wilson takes a step in his NFL career of being a star in this league. Now, it's his rookie season. I'm not expecting him to do that this year, but I do want to see some slight progressions every single week throughout the rest of his rookie season of, 1-2 step back, drop backs, boom, get the ball out of your hands, timing's there. It's a short 5-yard out route or a slant over the middle, 10 yards, because there were some times where Zach Wilson missed the easy throws and then he makes crazy hard throws where you're like, all right, Zach, how are you making these 57-yard bombs look like it's nothing and then you can't hit an easy 10-yard route? I'm not saying he can't hit those, but there are some layups that he missed against the Tennessee Titans. He could have easily, finished the game in regulation. He missed Corey Davis on a 10-yard out route that would have gave him the first down or would have won them the game. There was another example in overtime at the goal line. All we needed to do was get a touchdown, and the game was won from the New York Jets. And he had Ryan Griffin wide open in the flat, and Zach Wilson just, did not step into this throw. He faded away, and it was too short. So those are the little things that Zach needs to work on in terms of just being composed in the pocket, making sure you step into your throws, use your feet, because I feel like Zach relies on his arm talent a little too much, but that's not a bad thing because his arm is that talented. But I do want to see his feet get really under him and have everything connected. So with Zach Wilson, I want to see him be a pocket passer in this game, but at the same time, you definitely want to see him outside the pocket because that's where he becomes electric, and that's where Zach Wilson can do damage. And that's really how we won the game against the Tennessee Titans. Zach Wilson won us that game. The defense had a huge job as well to do 7 sacks, and they really did their thing. But Zach Wilson and the offense finally scored some points, which finally got the Jets their first victory of the season. So I'm expecting Zach Wilson to do those things against the Atlanta Falcons in London. I feel like he's still going to roll out. He's going to throw bombs. And this is Elijah Moore's game back. He just missed last week with concussion. So it's going to be interesting to see what the wide receiver rotation is. Corey Davis, we saw Jamison Crowder come back for the first time. He looked really good. Keelan Cole looked really good as well. So I think the top 3 receivers are going to be Corey Davis, Jamison Crowder, and Elijah Moore. And then Keelan Cole is going to be subbing in and out as well. That's my guess in terms of who's going to be out there for the Jets wide receivers. I'm hoping this can be Elijah Moore's coming out party. I feel like he still has a lot to prove in terms of, we all hyped him up. I hyped him up in the training camp. Going into the season, we expected a lot from Elijah Moore. And it's not like Elijah Moore has been doing really bad. I just feel like the offense as a whole has been really stagnant and not being able to get into rhythm. And unfortunately for Elijah Moore, he wasn't in the game when the offense finally started to click. So imagine what's going to happen when Zach Wilson has a game like against the Titans when Elijah Moore is in the game, because Elijah Moore is the perfect wide receiver for when Zach Wilson rolls to the right, rolls to the left, and those broken down plays, and he can make something out of nothing, because Elijah Moore is very good at breaking off his route. You know that he has good chemistry with Zach, and hopefully that chemistry can get better and better as the season progresses. Now let's go to the defensive side of the ball. What I want to see from Robert Saleh and Jeff Ulbricht's unit, definitely make sure that we get pressure on Matt Ryan. The Atlanta Falcons offensive line is not that good, so we need to make sure that we get consistent pressure on Matt Ryan, force him to be, all over the place, not being able to, have time in the pocket, because that's really the fundamentals of this Jets defense, is getting pressure on the quarterback. I really feel like that's the key to victory. What we did to Ryan Tannehill is exactly what you want to see against the Atlanta Falcons. The stunts, the twists, all the exotic blitzes, CJ Mosley coming on a late blitz, Quincy Williams, Bryce Huff off the edge. Even we saw Bryce Hall having a sack. So it really is all up to the creativity of the Robert Saleh, Jeff Ulbricht defense to get pressure on Matt Ryan. And also we have to make sure that we defend Kyle Pitts, because Kyle Pitts, he's a great tight end in my opinion. I know that he's having a little slow start to his rookie season, but he's still a dynamic playmaker. We got to make sure we keep an eye on him. And then Cordell Patterson out of the backfield is something I mentioned earlier in the video. He's a guy that can catch a pass out of the backfield and take it pretty deep. So we have to make sure that we can contain that. That's the biggest issue so far with the Jets defense, is defending the screen pass. We're an attacking front four. The Jets defense is known to be putting a lot of pressure off the line of scrimmage, and all season long we've seen opponent offenses really go against the Jets defense by their game plan is basically getting those screen passes. But the Jets mindset is like, okay, if you're going to really just dink and dunk and pick up those chunk yards, that's okay, because we're not letting you guys beat us deep. We rather you guys pick up the yards to keep everything in front of us, and we have really good red zone defense, and that's really the X factor. And then another guy to look out for is Calvin Ridley. He's a great route runner. He's a big test for Bryce Hall. Bryce Hall's looked really good so far in the first 4 games of the season, and it's going to be a big test for him because he's a very good route runner, and Matt Ryan is no scrub. I mean, he's a veteran quarterback. I know that he's past his prime and everything, but he still knows how to, you know, make those deep passes. You know, Calvin Ridley can easily beat you deep. If Matt Ryan has time in the pocket, he can easily sling that thing, and you never know what can happen. So hopefully the Jets defense can contain Matt Ryan enough so the offense can put up enough points so we can eventually win this game. So leave a comment down below your thoughts about the Jets-Falcons game in London. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. This is a must-win for the Jets, in my opinion. If we really want to be a team that, you know, is not looked at as an organization that's terrible like we thought we were, 0-3. This is one of those games we have to take advantage of. We're both 1-3, both first-year head coaches, Robert Saleh and Arthur Smith. So let's get this W in London. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be a walk in the park, but it's definitely possible. So leave a comment down below your thoughts. Like it if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Let's go Jets. Peace.